Hi, welcome to lunch, and this is the first episode of The Hive. I'm Dustin Price.
And I'm Beth Sandoval. And this is The Hive. Over the summer, Dustin Price competed in the National 4-H competition. He won first place on the documentary of the Rafe family.
Hey, you know, that guy sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty familiar.
Yeah. He's a nice guy, I hear. Really nice guy.
I don't know. Never met him, but sounds familiar.
Yeah. I heard he got in a car accident.
Yeah. That's why he's got two black eyes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Something I've accomplished this summer is winning first place in a national film festival and taking home a very expensive GoPro. The video that I did that got me the first place winning in the National 4-H Film Festival was 4-H planted the seeds on the Ray family farm, and it was about a local farm family who was almost up to get their Century Farm certificate and all that. Well, I decided to take it more in depth and go in why they joined 4-H so that I could do a history video from over the 4 different generations of the family.
My grandparents bought this place originally in about they bought part of it. They bought where we're at here, they bought it separate, but they bought it in about 1912. And so there's been somebody, family owners ever since. This house was built when we had it moved. I had a great aunt that told us that the house was over 100 years old then. In 1966. Wow. And we've added on to it, you know, some. It's home to us, so it's just a farm home. We work the cattle, and a couple weeks on a Saturday we'll bring all of them up here and vaccinate them and dehorn and take care of them, do everything to take care of the health for the cattle for the fall. So, 1985. Is when we started working the cattle over here. So it's been a little bit.
Yeah.
I've lived on a farm all my life. My folks farmed, and we always raised cattle. We had cattle, and if there was something, you know, if we wanted to try raising hogs, the folks were very good to let us do whatever we wanted to try, you know. We learned a lot from School of Hard Knocks. We've had a lot of ties in this area, and we will never leave. You know, that's a lot of people go different places and make more money, but this is home to us, so we enjoy it.
Well, in 4-H, we were in basically different clubs.
We were in the same club to start with.
Well, I was in Friendship Club for years, and then it kind of dissolved, and then we went to Dove, when the Dove Club was, you know, that's where we met. And I didn't like him at first because our birthdays are the same day, and I don't like that. I didn't like that at all because we were just kids, you know. But we had square dancing groups in 4-H back then, and I square danced with his brother, because I was tall and I got to be one of the square dancers. I was a lot younger than the rest of them, but I got to be one of them. But that's how we met.
Yeah.
We've always had a big 4th of July gathering ever since our first wedding anniversary here at this place. We've always had a big 4th of July thing. And then later this month we get the family, our kids mostly, get together and we'd work our cattle.
Yeah.
You know.
I was talking about that. And then my brothers and them all come over.
And we have
And
a wind
nieces
roast
and
and
nephews
hot
come
rod.
over, and we have a wind roast and a hay
That
ride
night.
for the kids. So
That's fun.
We've done that for years.
we had a county extension agent, Bill Rader, that the whole county was involved in 4-H. And he took us kids places, you know, that we normally wouldn't have gotten to go. But he took time and took us. We'd go to Springfield, we went to Rolla, we went to different places, and he took time, and I always respected him for that. And in 4-H, I took electricity. And it's kind of strange now that I'm an electrician. But
That's pretty impressive.
yes, but he done a lot for us, for all of us kids. Yeah, he took the time, and I don't think that if you'll find a person of my age group that won't say how much that he done for us. People like him and our 4-H leaders, they made it interesting for us to want to go. We learned how to, whenever you lost, if you didn't get first place, you got to where you could accept that. You worked a little bit harder the next time to get it. We looked forward to the county fair. Just, you know, that was a treat because we got to go for a few days. I went to a rural school, and we'd take off like 2 or 3 days from that rural school, and they would let us go. And we were up there at the fair. But it, you know, that was part of the learning process for us. And 4-H was a good thing for us. It really
Very
was.
good.
Yeah. Especially for rural kids, because you didn't get to meet that many other children, you know. But we went to Merchant School for our 4-H meetings. It was down on BB Highway, and we still see a lot of those people that we went to 4-H with, you know. They're in things with us, like now we're in genealogy, but some of those same people are in there with us. The ones that we, you know, it formed a friendship that's lasted a lifetime. So I hope that it does that for these kids, you know, but it was something that was great for us. We started probably in I would say about 1952 or 53. I was a junior member. My brother was 4 years older. Of course, he could be a regular member. But we had a good time with 4-H. I think it was either 9 or 10, wasn't it, Kay?
Something like that.
But
yeah.
you were a junior member at first, you know, and then you got to go, as you got older, you got to be like either president or have a office in the 4-H club, and you had a little bit of leadership responsibility out of that. And it was a good thing, really was.
I've been involved with 4-H since I was 8 years old. I started out in Friendship Club with Kim Lambeth and Clint Lambeth as the leaders, and then we soon went to our own group, and now my dad is the club leader and I'm the club president, and I have been for 4 years. I went to a state speaking contest for 4-H 2 or 3 years ago, and I show at local fairs and Ozark Empire Fair and the State Fair. My favorite memory through 4-H is when in 2008 I won the Gold Buckle Gala at the Ozark Empire Fair, and Jen Thompson and I went to up there so I could sell my ham, and him and I had a lot of fun. For our own club, when we were in 4-H with Friendship, I wasn't really interested in like the robotics and cake decorating and stuff like that, so we made our club livestock only, and it's been really successful because I think there are a lot of kids out there like me that is just interested in the livestock part and the showing part. But also I think that it has turned kids away from our group. But it's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad that I get to share those same qualities and stuff or similarities with other kids like me.
some breaking news coming in, folks. Okay, over the summer, over 20 different students from Lebanon High School and Lebanon Middle School were selected to help paint the LI Food Bank mural. Here's a short little blurb about that.
The 2016 summer school art class painted a giant mural at the LI Food Bank. This amazing project took 28 students 2.5 weeks to design and paint.
First of all, the words that I said to these kids every day was, it had to be the best ever. And I think that they pulled it off for us. They actually pulled it off for us.
Some of the famous faces in the painting include
One of them was just for fun. It was the 11th Doctor from Doctor Who. Another one was Joseph Smith, and he's very important to me. He is very crucial to our religion, to my religion. And the rest of them were just suggestions. I honestly think that the hardest part was probably just doing small bits at a time, going back and forth between school and the food bank to clean up and set up and just do the entire process a little bit at a time.
Reporting for the Hive, this is Beth Sandoval.
The second mural that was made over the summer was the Positive Choices Legacy mural. It is located outside of Boswell. You guys can stop by and, take a look at it if you want.
Well, this is an official dedication and welcome to the Positive Choices Legacy mural. This has been kind of like the Mount Everest of summer school projects, and we all know that Mount Everest is a challenge, but like most challenges, that it comes with great reward, and that it's been a privilege to watch my students this summer complete this project.
What was your favorite part while doing the mural project?
My favorite part was in the planning and figuring out all the things that we were going to put in it. And so when Mr. Adams and I got together to start this, he asked me about it, and I said, well, I think we need the water, we need the river, and so I did a little scribble about that. And then and we suggested that we have a difference between night and day in it, and of course the logo, the yellow jacket. And so as the scribbles came out in my sketchbook, then he refined that and did it on the computer to make it come out more like a Peter Max kind of a design, and simplified it. So that was actually my favorite part. The planning is my favorite part. And then after that, it was the cutting them out, believe it or not. Once the kids got the little designs all cut out, little patterns all cut out, then actually laying them on the clay and cutting them out. That was fun to me, and putting the texture on. So what's my favorite part? My favorite part is doing the whole thing.
Up next on the Hive, do you guys remember the J-Bach assemblies that we used to go to as kids? Well, now the 6th graders don't get to go. I know. It's so sad.
Yeah.
Well, You can see that right now with all of the pictures that were taken on Friday, August 26th of 2010.
I can't take my eyes off it. Moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it. So don't stop that under the lights when everything goes. Nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move where you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel good creeping up on you. So just dance, dance, dance. Come on. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling. Yeah. So keep dancing. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. I can't stop the. 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 Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance.
Again, roll the tape.
Hello? There's a line, buddy.
Usually the football games have 4 quarters. Well, in one fall game, there was 5. Here's a video about it.
The fifth quarter is an annual event that offers high school and middle school students an opportunity for a safe and affordable and a fun way to have for after football activities.
Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes.
We had flag football, ultimate frisbee,
But it's fun to fantasize. All my enemies who wouldn't wish who I
the Fellowship of Christian Athletes leader Faith Allwart provided a testimony.
He knew that he himself was not able to get through the trials and the troubles of his life on his own. So he constantly called on God to be able to just come down and fill his heart with the passion to get through with everything. And at the end of a body's natural ability to compete, God is a limitless source of strength. When our hearts are poured out like much water, God is a river of life to the soul. So as we compete or do band competitions or anything that you guys might be interested in, just make sure that God is always there for you and He will always help you through your struggles.
This year, Positive Choices was a huge success. We wanted to focus on junior high and high school this year, and that I think turned out better because we could give our attention and activities strictly for our age group that we're looking for.
my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride.
Up next, we have Mr. Krebs' class doing a mousetrap car race experiment.
Cut, print, play the tape, moving on.
So this was the mousetrap competition, and what it was, they were given a kit and they had to build a mousetrap car, and their goal was to have the car go 10 meters and stop in a box. And so part of it was an engineering thing where, generally speaking, they were going to fail. And it was one of those that, because they're all thinking they're building a mousetrap car to see how far it could go. And then when I told them they had to go 10 meters and stop, they had to stop and think, okay, we've got to get, how far does the mousetrap go? And they had to change and do a lot of engineering on it. And there were 6 of them that in the hallway, we practiced for about a week in the hallway getting to go. So most of the students coming through saw the tape on the floor and they would practice. And 6 of them got it to go. And then we moved from a tile floor to the gym floor and things changed.
Yeah, how much points was this worth?
No clue.
You don't know? So was it for fun or did you get a grade on it?
We got a grade.
You got a grade on it,
Yep.
So are you upset about your grade, Cole? No?
No.
What would you guys do differently if you got to build your trap again? Your car?
I'd do everything the same because mine turned out pretty good, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you do differently, Cole?
Just make sure mine's all lined up when I was making it.
So how did you guys make sure it was lined up? I noticed one of you guys had smaller wheels on your car.
Yes. You just had to test them in the gym and see how.
So where did you guys get your materials to do this?
Mr. Cook provided them. They came in kits. Yeah. Mousetrap car kit.
So why were your wheels smaller than
Because
Cole?
I decided to cut my wheels to make them smaller to make it look like a drag car. But then they were kind of wobbly, so Mr. Cook just gave me little CDs instead of the big CDs.
Alright, well, that's all we're going to have to take from you guys. So you guys have fun with the project?
Oh yeah.
Alright, good deal.
Well, this concludes it for the Hive. I'm Dustin Price.
I'm Beth Sandoval.
Have a great day.